Saturday evening, we will choose a winner of the Eurovision Song Contest 2015, but 39 people will not win. And in fact, one act will come last. So we are here to tell you who we think deserves to be in the bottom 3. We're gonna start with our no, that's not true. We're gonna start with our third worst, then our second worst, and then name our absolute worst, one at a time. Who would you place 25th?
I'd probably say, as much as I like the song, I'd probably say Hungary. If I'm not saying this on personal taste as to who I would say will finish there, I'd probably actually have to say Hungary. Because I love the performance, but it's just so boring and out of place in that bit of the second semi-final. That's when the second half of the final. That's when it starts to really drag, and that's why I think that Russia and Azerbaijan won't win, because that whole section is just such a buzzkill until Italy come on. But yeah, Boggy was good, but it's sort of, once you've seen that performance once, and once you've seen it 10 times like I have, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen AK-47s turn into a tree by now.
Cyprus. There's not the song. There was a point when I thought the song was okay, and it's nice. Like, I don't know, if you were doing something, maybe studying or something. But at Eurovision, you do not want to listen to Dreary John moping around the place about something he should have done, and the staging is uninspired. We were in the arena at the semi-final. They're telling us to turn on your phone. You'd be better off saving the battery and just having a nap or something. Like, he needs to go.
He needs to go, and he is also my third worst. You know, he told us in an interview that he was going to make Europe go crazy. I don't know what drugs he's on, but having a black and white screen is not novel. It is not original. We've seen it before. Starting in
Ugamel real worse.
Yeah, exactly. Burga Ugamil did it better. At least she was perfect. There was something to cheer. Now, I also don't like the fact he's like a Frank Sinatra cover act. It's like watered down, boring. I mean, I'm not trying to hate. He's got an okay voice, but one thing he should have done was choose a new song.
I'm gonna switch it up. Romania for me. Really, I get the diaspora, I get the backstory, I get the narrative, I get the suitcases, but for goodness sake, I just don't get the song. I really don't get the song. I think it's a missed opportunity, you know? I think it's a missed opportunity. If you're relying on diaspora votes, then you could have pitched better, in my view.
Next to last.
I'm so glad I'm the first one who gets to talk about them. The United Kingdom. Okay, so things were looking better at the rehearsals earlier because Bianca was wearing that nice fur stole to cover the battery pack. Now she's wearing the most ridiculous hair extensions that look cheap and tacky and fake. Alex's suit broke halfway through the performance, and magically they sort of rebooted it and it started working again. Nobody else had those problems. Nobody else's staging failed on them. Why does the UK staging fail on us? Why are we risking it to this point where until this afternoon they hadn't even tried doing it all together? So now they're trying it now in the jury rehearsal, and look what happens, it fails. They were vocally fine. Bianca looked a bit lost at times when she was walking backwards, but hey-ho. Just everything that we've said about it and all the problems that that song has, it still has now. And honestly, Serbia, 2 songs after it, the UK is in danger of coming in last place.
Poland.
But not last for you, obviously.
Poland. The song is just a manipulative dirge, and they're trying to convey emotion by blasting the music at us as loud as they possibly could. Because in the arena, when I heard it in the semi-final, it seemed to be the loudest song, even though she's not a very loud singer. And then she's there, name love, name love, name love. Nothing else is happening. The pink curtains are going, fluttering in the wind. My pony is trampling around the place in the background. Barbie is peeking out, seeing who's robbed her boudoir. It's the song, the staging, everything is horrible, and I don't care about the backstory. Monica is getting on well in life. She could have gotten a much better song, much better staging. She does not deserve to be in the final.
You know what? I'm gonna respect your opinion, but Monica listens to gospel music in her spare time, and I say amen to her and her songs. It is good. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. She is alive and well, and I love that song. But I'm gonna let you vote how you vote. Now, my next to last is also the United Kingdom. And this actually kind of pains me because
Is the worst act?
there is. This pains me because when we saw their first rehearsal, I was quite confident they weren't going to finish last because it looked quite fun. But something's lagging. It's like it feels much longer than 3 minutes. I feel like they have these technical problems. The LED dress is not novel. It's not new. J-Lo did it. Sabina Babayeva did it back in Baku.
Sabina Babayeva rocked it.
She rocked it. And you know who she stole it from? Safura from Azerbaijan 2010. This is
Air violinist for Slovenia does it better.
They all do, and it's not even a visual thing for me, it's more of a musical thing. I just get bored. A minute in, I feel like I've been there for 5. You know, jazz, swing, whatever, electro swing, it's supposed to be moving, you want to dance. It's supposed to start the party, but a good party is short, and that felt like an hour, needs to go.
My second to the last has to be Hungary, because I think, you know what, peace messages are great. I mean, Yoko Ono, I was kind of trailing behind her in the 70s. Yes, I was. But Hungary really just needs to go. I don't even understand its purpose here. The thing is that Boggy is really convinced about her message, and I'm really sort of behind her cause until we get to the song, and I'm like, really? So I feel slightly defrauded and quite abandoned, and Hungary is my second to last.
And now we hit rock bottom, our number 27 in the grand final.
Okay, so I actually think that this won't finish last, because I actually think that Albania will finish last, and I realise that I will get a lot of hate for saying that, but honestly, between Russia and Italy, El Haider is going to not do well. Anyway, my last place is Cyprus. I like John as a person. He was very friendly when I interviewed him. That doesn't mean that I can excuse the fact that that song is the most simply boring dirge, worse than Poland. It doesn't work when they're asking you to turn the cell phone lights on, because Norway did it earlier in the semi-final and they do it better. Norway are doing it in this final and they're doing it better. It just doesn't work, and he took the spot from somebody much more deserving in the final. And I can completely understand why it's probably going to do well. I said that it would qualify, none of you believed me on that, may I also just point out. Yeah, I don't think it'll be last, but I think it should be.
Well, mine isn't a song as such, it's more noise that kind of makes me want to gag and my stomach churn. It's kind of like, dance, dance, of the UK, and just the noise is enough to make me want to block my ears. It's horrible, and I don't care. Bianca and Alex look lost on stage. I don't think it's fair that they were sent. Like, the song stands out, but for no good reasons. And like, I honestly don't know what the UK are doing.
They are genuinely nice people. That's the thing. I feel sorry for them that they do get this kind of hate.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. At the end of the day, like they were not going to turn down the chance to go to Eurovision. At the end of the day, in their situations.
I just wish they had a better team behind them to help them work through these kinks, because it's not their fault. I mean, ultimately this isn't a miscongeniality contest, and sadly they come up short. Now, my number 27, my last place, goes to Germany's Anne-Sophie. Her album is called Silver into Gold, but I'm sorry, this is silver into brass, this is silver into plastic. I think she's lost in the black smoke, and she thinks that she has the soul of an Aretha Franklin. She thinks she has the bootyliciousness of a Beyonce, but she has neither. I feel like she's a bit of an imposter on this song. She's somewhat, I mean, she's got a great voice, don't get me wrong, beautiful voice, but it doesn't fit this style. She just comes off as pedestrian. It ends up as bad karaoke. I know that Germany, knows how to do staging, but even that, here, it doesn't, it's just boring. It's black and gold, and it's boring, and Germany will finish last with me.
In her defense, she wasn't actually chosen. She didn't win.
Case in point, she didn't win.
So, and she's making the best of a really unfortunate situation. And actually, I think now that she's on the Eurovision stage, she's kind of deserving, because she's had a very difficult journey.
I prefer the original staging of it. The one from Undersung for Us, where she was walking around in that white and black coat. Now it's all this sort of like the slut drop almost, the sort of posing, the coquettish look around the shoulder. It all just feels really forced and fake, and I love the song and I love Anne-Sophie, and this is why it annoyed me so much.
United Kingdom will finish dead last. The song makes me sad. The whole it's so embarrassing. I can't even pick up a flag. I mean, it is tragedy. And this last 2 weeks, I've been just walking around with a dark cloud hanging over my head. I've had to tell people I'm from Andorra. I mean, there's just no point. I mean, really, I interviewed Alexis Lark and Bianca
Nicholas.
Lovely people. But you know what? That's really not the point. And the thing is, if you decide that you're going to front a bad song, then you just have to swallow the consequences. And you know what? I really hate having to say, oh, they're such lovely people. It's really not the point. It's such a bad song. It's a bad staging. It's a bad act. I look at them and I just think this is so sad. And the curse of the number 2 spot should have just gone with them, because nothing can resurrect this.
The other thing is that everybody was saying, oh, they're going to inject fun into the contest. Unfortunately, turns out that Serbia and Israel do that job a whole lot better. And they're literally, like, what, 3rd Israel, 5th UK, 7th Serbia. So on either side, the UK is completely overshadowed.
Yeah, so just to round up, the other thing is that, you know, this panel, you know, you've mentioned Poland, you've mentioned Hungary, and, you know, with all due respect, we may not like the song, but it's loaded with meaning. United Kingdom, there's no message, there's no fun, there's no dance, there's no sophistication, there's no decency.
There's misogyny. He's telling the woman what she needs to do.
It's sad. I mean, it is such a sad moment. This is sad. 60th anniversary of the biggest...
back, Molly Smitten-Downs. Please come back.
We don't want any returnees. The United Kingdom has a decent stable of artists that would easily... Shane Ward could do it. Alexander Berg could do it. The list goes on.
You know what
And
angers
Tommy
me?
Kitten could do it.
They promise us, they say in the opening bars, let's dance. But this song doesn't make you want to move. It makes you want to move to the toilet, to the bathroom, to vomit. I really think it's a misnomer. It's not a danceable song.
Nadav Guedj should give that line 3 minutes as up to United Kingdom on the 58-second mark. 3 minutes, you're done. Postcard, get off.
Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Let us know who you think's gonna finish last here on wiwibloggs. See you later.
My passport's going to be revoked.
Bye!